You cleaned up your diet, you dialed in your sleep. You've been managing stress better than most people manage their inbox, and you're still flaring. Here's the part nobody's talking about in your doctor's office. It might not be your habits. It might be your house, your shampoo, your Tupperware, the couch you're sitting on right now. For anyone with Hashimoto's, everyday chemicals aren't just background noise. They are fuel for the fire. This channel is for people who are done being handed everything looks normal lab results while they feel anything but normal. If you're chasing your energy back, your weight, your libido, your life, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Most people think chemical exposure is a problem for factory workers, not for someone sitting in their living room with a scented candle burning. Endocrine disruptors are chemicals that mimic or block your body's own hormones. They do not need to be present in large amounts to cause harm for Hashimoto's body. Even low-level chronic exposure is enough to keep the immune system in a state of low-grade alarm. The most common ones are BPA in plastics, phthalates hiding inside the word fragrance on labels, flame retardants in furniture, pesticide residues on produce, and PFOA coatings on nonstick pans. These chemicals interfere with thyroid receptors, meaning even if your thyroid is producing hormone, the signal gets jammed before it reaches the cells that need it. The result looks a lot like hypothyroidism, fatigue, brain fog, weight that won't move, a body that feels like it's working against you. And here's the part that tends to land hard. None of this will show up on a standard thyroid panel. Knowing what these chemicals are is one thing. Understanding what they actually do inside a Hashimoto's body is where it gets real. The Hashimoto's immune system is already primed. It doesn't need much of a push to go from simmering to full boil. Here's the sequence. Your immune system is already overactivated. Chemical enters through the skin, your lungs, your food, and it either mimics a thyroid hormone, blocks a receptor, or triggers a direct inflammatory response. Your immune system can't tell the difference between a real threat and a chemical impersonator, so it treats it both the same way: attack. The results is a flare. Brain fog rolls in, fatigue deepens, joints ache, mood drops, and you have no idea why, because nothing obviously changed. Some people track this to a specific product switch or a new candle, a new detergent, time spent in a freshly painted or renovated space. Others never connect the dots at all. They just feel worse and assume it's the disease progressing. It's not always the disease getting worse. Sometimes it's the environment getting louder. Once you know how the reaction happens, the next question is brutally simple. Where exactly are these things hiding? Before we go there, if this is landing for you, check out my ebook, Prescription Detox: How Our Allegiance to Big Pharma Makes Us Sicker and How You Can Heal Without Meds. The link is in the description. Grab it. It goes deep on exactly what we're talking about here. The uncomfortable truth is that the most common sources of chemical exposure are things that feel clean, smell fresh, or carry a safe label. BPA and its replacement chemicals found in water bottles, the lining of canned goods, and paper receipts. Yes, the receipts at the grocery store. Every time I go to checkout, I feel I should give the cashier some gloves to wear. Phthalates, they travel under the label fragrance, scented candles, dryer sheets, body lotion, cologne, perfume. If it has a manufactured scent, phthalates are almost certainly in the mix. Parabens, preservatives in shampoos, conditioners, moisturizers, and many mainstream skincare lines. PFOA and forever chemicals, the coating of nonstick cookware, they are called forever chemicals because the body cannot break them down and they accumulate over time. Flame retardants, legally required in most upholstered furniture and mattresses in the United States, meaning your sofa is likely off-gassing chemicals into your home air every day. Pesticide residue, heaviest on the produce known as the dirty dozen, strawberries, spinach, apples, grapes, and several others top the list every year. None of these cause a dramatic same-day reaction in most people. That's what makes it so easy to miss and so hard to dismiss once you know. For Hashimoto's body, these exposures stack, and the stack is what creates the chaos. Knowing where they are is only useful if you know where to start, and the answer is not everywhere at once. This is not about panic, perfection, or buying an entirely new life. It's about strategic swaps that reduce the total chemical load your immune system is fighting. Start with what touches your body the most and most often: your water, your personal care products, your food. Swap plastic food and water containers for glass or stainless steel. This is one of the highest leverage swaps that you can make. Replace any product with the word fragrance on the label with fragrance-free or naturally scented alternatives. This single change removes a major phthalate source from your daily routine. Pull up the Dirty Dozen list and start buying organic on those specific items first. You do not need to go fully organic overnight. Invest in a quality water filter. Municipal water carries chlorine, fluoride, and trace pharmaceutical compounds that are worth reducing. A HEPA air purifier in your bedroom or main living space cuts down on the off-gassing from furniture and synthetic materials significantly. Read ingredient labels the way you read a contract, because for your immune system, it is one. Every swap is not a small gesture. It is one less thing your body has to fight. Clearing the chemical noise from your environment changes what your immune system has to deal with. But there's another layer that most people with Hashimoto's have never been told about. You cannot heal in the same environment that is quietly working against you. The good news is that you do not have to overhaul everything at once. You just have to start somewhere. And now you know where. There's a connection between Hashimoto's, gluten, and something most people would never expect: what happens to your brain, your balance, and your cognitive function when antibodies start crossing the wrong barriers. And that's exactly where we are headed. If you learned anything from this video, please like, subscribe, and comment what you learned. I read every comment. Now that you know what's in your environment and how it's affecting your thyroid, you're going to want to know what's happening inside your brain. Click the video on the screen and I'll show you right now.